Please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
You know what?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Is this on? That was amazing. Good morning and welcome to this year's State of the University Address. My name is Ezra Hainsworth and I am the current student body president. Thank you. I know we are only a month into the school year, but it's already been one for the books. For now, I'd like to thank everybody for being here, the dignitaries, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, and of course the students. We're grateful for your enthusiasm and for your support of the progress that our university is making. Even though this is our second year being called Trailblazers, we've been blazing trails for quite some time now, especially under the direction of President Richard Biff Williams. To give you an idea of just how much this institution has positively impacted a student, I will tell you a story. So I started here in 2011 as a freshman. I know some time ago, I'm learning. But it was before school even started. It was at my freshman summer orientation, and I met the then student body president, Mike Sheffield, and I caught a glimpse of what the Dixie Spirit was. Since then, I have participated in several different organizations that have not only helped shape my life, but helped me be a part of the transition from college to university, and of course, from the Red Storms to the Trailblazers. Since then, being part of these organizations has really helped me develop my love for this amazing institution. I'm really excited for what we have planned for the next year, for the students, for faculty, for staff, for community members. It's quite amazing. Now, we have a great lineup of speakers for you today, including Staff Association's co-president, Jonathan Morrell and Michelle Tisdale, Faculty Senate President, James Hendigas, Board of Trustees Chair, David A. Clark, and of course, DSU President, Richard B. Williams. As you listen for the next hour or so, I want you to think, how can you contribute to the progress of this institution? What trails will you blaze? If you're a student and you have some ideas, come see me in my office. We'll talk about it. Again, I want to thank you all for being here, and again, for having the Dixie Spirit. That's a spirit of pride, a spirit of community, and a spirit of perseverance. Enjoy the rest of the address, and go Trailblazers.
Good morning. I am Michelle Tisdale with Dixie State University Staff Association co-president, and
I'm Jonathan Morell, the other co-president. A year ago, I was sitting where you are as the president-elect for the Exempt Staff Association, thinking that, yeah, things would go as planned. But as the year progressed, and with the proposed Department of Labor regulations that were looking upon us that would change the classification of exempt and classified staff, and as we had met with the other classified and exempt people here on campus, and as we attended conferences across the state, we found out that we were the only institution in the state that had two separate staff associations. And so with Department of Labor regulations facing us, and with the idea that we could probably combine, this past year, we went through the process of joining the exempt and the classified associations. What that included is rewriting our Constitution and bylaws, taking it to the board, having them approve it, and then taking it to our respective members. We wanted a supermajority so that we knew that it was really something that the staff on Dixie's campus wanted. And so we set our goal as 70% that would approve it. When the results came back, it was over 82% that we should join associations. Then when it came time to ratify our Constitution and bylaws, again, we put it as a supermajority, and when those who voted, it was ratified at a 93%. And so with that, we feel we have a firm foundation as we join the two associations, and as July 1st, we are now the Staff Association of Dixie State University. So we join the other institutions in the state of having one institution, one association. Another thing that I want you to be aware of is the support that we get from President Williams and this institution, Dixie State. As we meet with our respective members across the state, and as we talk about the support that we get from the president and the institution, we are by far the #1 institution who receives support from the institution and our president, not only in the emotional and psychological support, but also financial support. So we want to thank President Williams for his support of helping us become the best staff association in the state of Utah, and also the people that we work with, you, and we are the largest association on campus. Michelle.
so this year's board members, if you will please stand as I read your names. Katie Armstrong and Robin Whipple, past president, and also over the Dixie Development Day, which will be May 10th. Allie Threet, president-elect for next year. Roberta Cole, Staff Association Treasurer, and over the part-time scholarship. Allison McMullen, Secretary. Candy Pierce, our Communication Officer and PR. Jill Davenport. Carrie Heiser. Will Powell. Nikki Dane. Bart Peacock. Corey Reeves, and Chance Dalish. Thank you, and we look forward to a great year.
Go Trailblazers.
Hi. I'm Dr. Jim Hendigas, and I'm the Faculty Senate President. Thank you. As Faculty Senate President at Dixie State University, I get to work with and represent some of the most brilliant and compassionate people in southern Utah. Faculty come to this university because they believe that learning is crucial to living, and it's important to pass that learning on to others. I work with faculty from varying disciplines, from arts to the sciences, from education to humanities and social sciences, from business communication, business and communication to health sciences. And I can say with confidence that the main reason they come to teach at Dixie State University is not to make a name for themselves, or go hiking on the weekends, or to enjoy the nice weather. They are drawn to the opportunity to teach people and to help people succeed. And seeing this faculty in the classroom and in committees that work to make DSU a rapidly growing and innovative campus, I'm very impressed and honored with the work of these people. 7 years ago, I was hired at Dixie State College of Utah I was happy to have a job at that time in 2010, but I wasn't sure what I was getting into. Within the first year, I told my wife that I wanted to stay here and teach at this college because I teach alongside faculty whose talent and humility make them inspiring to me as a young assistant professor. The campus has made many changes even since 2010, but the faculty have remained just as ambitious, kind, and inspiring. The faculty here are committed to being current and knowledgeable in their field, but more importantly, they're committed to helping their students receive the best education possible at Dixie State University. I'm very proud to represent faculty at this institution, and I'm excited to be part of an excellent teaching tradition at Dixie State University. Go Trailblazers.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Clark. I have the privilege of being the chair of the Governing Board of Trustees for Dixie State University. And before I start, I have very brief comments. I know there are a number of trustees that I see are in the audience. Can I ask those that are here today, would they please stand? Maybe just give them a moment of recognition. You know, it was somewhere around 160 years ago when the first pioneers settled in this valley. Having been sent down from Salt Lake City, they circled their wagons on what's become known as Encampment Mall, just on the other side of the Burns Arena here. Day two, in the back of a wagon, they set up school for the children of those particular families. Education has, from the very first in the beginning of this community, been very, very important. It still has that same seed that goes back to that day two here today. We are now not only Utah's newest university, we are the fastest growing university, and if not already, Trailblazer Nation this year or next year will be the largest university in southern Utah. It is a really exciting time at Dixie State University. We're well into our strategic plan. East Elementary, along with its Innovation Center, Ty and Diggs, are now part of this institution. We're partnering with the University of Utah. You will soon see a physician assistant program, physical therapy, and others being offered on our campus to help serve the students and the needs of southern Utah. Dixie Online is now reaching worldwide. Community-wise, Doc Utah, Code Camp, the Celebrity Concert Series, a number of programs are partnering within our community. You're going to be seeing Legend Solar Stadium rise on the east side of the football stadium. 155,000 square foot human performance center is going to begin breaking ground next month, begin to rise up. That will have a significant impact on this institution. Along with that, today we currently have around 71 degrees and academic programs totaling 188. Take just a minute and think about what that difference that can make for families, for individuals. I know for myself personally, I have a love for this institution. It has made a difference in my household. 27 years ago, almost 28 years ago, my wife received her nursing degree, beginning right here at Dixie State. All of my children, what an improvement in their life and in the trajectory of their children, my grandchildren, this institution has made for the positive. Another change that is coming about that I am really excited about, the legislature changed the way that academic programs are to be decisioned and administered throughout the higher education institutions of the state of Utah. Used to be that the Board of Regents, I'll just politely call it a Salt Lake-based group, decided what was best for everywhere throughout the state. I appreciate the wisdom of the legislature in changing that and now returning that back to well, I'm not sure returning, but giving the governance of that, programs that are needed, the academic programs and structure that are needed for each one of the institutions is now going to be decided locally at each one of the Board of Trustees. And I'm excited what that means for us, of the opportunity of determining programs, how they're structured, what's needed to be able to meet the needs of a growing community within this part of the state. I thank you all for making a difference. You are the substance that is making a difference and making active learning an active life. It's now my privilege to introduce someone who has the full support of the Board of Trustees, our President, Biff Williams.
Well, thanks for coming. This is an event that I look forward to more and more every year because I get to share with you all the great things that are happening at Dixie State University. And it's truly an honor for me to be able to share their work and claim it as my own. So hopefully you'll know it's all their work. Before I begin, there's a couple of housekeeping things I'd like to share with you, but I also want to express my gratitude to some key individuals that do so many things behind the scenes. The first thing for housekeeping is that I've turned over my Twitter account to some trusted professionals. I do have a Twitter account, and we're going to be live tweeting this presentation. And so as you see the things that we're talking about and you have a question, you can go to hashtag DStateAddress17. And you can ask a question and they'll answer that, and if not, I can answer right after. So we're going to try to get a little Twitter-pated during this presentation. Or you can follow me at DSU Pres, P-R-E-S. This presentation that you'll see today takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to put together. And I know last year as I got done with the presentation, somebody came up and said, your PowerPoint presentation was absolutely fabulous. And so I made a note to myself to really acknowledge the individual that puts this together. So there's a couple of key individuals I want to recognize. The first is Misty Frisbee. Misty, will you please stand and just wave? As you'll see today, Misty is a very talented individual, and in May of every year, we have our strategic planning committees. They come together and they spend a day reporting out all the great progress that we're making as a university. Then we go back to the office and we type up all the things that we want to share in our State of the University address. This year, I turned over to her 15 pages of single-spaced notes for her to create what you're going to see today. Now, a disclaimer. We are not going to be able to highlight all the great things that we're doing. So if I leave you out, I can give you a hug in the foyer after we're done. But I want to express my gratitude to Misty because she does spend a lot of hours putting this together, and I want to express my gratitude to her husband and her son as well. I also want to recognize Courtney White, who is my chief of staff. Courtney is not only just my chief of staff, he organizes the entire strategic plan. He accepts the work plans, he reviews the work plans, he gives suggestions on where we budget, he collects the budget, he does the midterm reports, he does the final report out. He is the reason why we've made so much progress. So Courtney, would you please stand and let us recognize you? So in an organization, I always like to look back 10 years. So I thought I would start with that. 10 years ago, we were Dixie State College. We had about 3,000 students that would apply. 2,400 students would be accepted. We'd have 5,600 students here. We had about 1,000 employees and 9 degrees. In 10 years' time, now we are Dixie State University. We had 14,276 students that applied this year. That's an increase of 10,000. We had over 8,000 that were admitted. And although I can't report official numbers yet, I would say we're very close to 9,700 students on our campus. If you tried to park today, you know that we have 9,700 students on our campus. We have an increase of 1,000 employees in the last 10 years, and we also have 26 new degree programs. So we're really excited about the progress. Can you imagine what we will look like in 10 more years? Or what we're going to look like when our strategic plan is finished in 2020 and we start the next one. It's really exciting. I've asked our group, we have some very talented professionals that have created a video that I will share with you now that shows what Dixie State University looks like in 2017.
How does one become a trailblazer? It happens through pushing, through stretching, through shattering the norm. To blaze trails, you need to think big, break molds, and overcome any obstacles along the way. For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet. Come join us. Discover your passion, find your direction, and blaze your trail. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail.
We're fortunate at DSU. This film was created by Ben Brayton and Phil Tuckett in our digital film, and also was written by our own Dr. Jordan Sharp. So we are very fortunate to have such talented people here on our campus to create these videos. Today, I'm going to share with you a report of our strategic plan. 3 years ago, we created the plan with you. We had 6 very distinctive goals where we came together in town hall meetings, and our sole purpose was to create a university that would go from having the status of a university to having the stature of a university. And we have implemented this plan for 2 years. We thought the first year was just an incredible amount of progress. But you'll see today that we've made even more progress during our second year. But that's due to a total commitment of our campus. We have a number of goal leaders, chair leaders, strategy leaders, committee members that have focused on this strategic plan, and that's why we've made so much progress. So at this time, can I have all those that are involved in being a goal leader, a strategy leader, a committee member, in any part of the strategic plan, please stand and be recognized. Don't be shy. There we go. This is about a third of them. There's hundreds and hundreds of our employees, and that's why we're successful. So today I'm going to touch each goal. I'm going to share the exciting things that we achieved last year with each of the goals, and then I'll share 2 or 3 items that each goal is going to focus on this year. So with goal 1, promoting student success. This last year, this goal has been led by Vice President Peter Gattau, and we focused a lot on hiring our team to put services together for our students. What I love about Dixie and what I love about St. George is we attract some of the best professionals in the nation. That's something that I've watched the last 3 years, that we get some of the best professionals ever, and we've done this. We've created a team that's going to address student success, our enrollment management, our international affairs, and many other services that we're going to provide our students. We've seen great gains this year with recruitment. Our marketing and communications department helped us make tables and brochures and make sure that we can get out to different schools and give them a view book so they understand exactly what they're going to get when they come to Dixie State University. And we've seen the fruits of those labors. This year, we have the largest freshman class in the history of Dixie State University. Over 2,300 freshmen are on our campus. We've also seen record enrollment, close to 9,700 students in climbing. Part of that is in the lower right-hand screen, you'll see that there's a view book. This is an award-winning view book, not only at the state level, but at the national level. This has helped us recruit a lot of great students. This year, we were up 32% for students that had a 3.7 or above. We also focused a lot on our structured enrollment program. We piloted a student success class where we had 200 students where they'd come in, and these are students that feel that maybe they weren't just quite ready to come to college, so we gave them a mentor, we put them in a student success course, and we had great retention. We had 73% retention of those students. We also were able to provide over 1,200 supplemental instruction courses. We also been focusing a lot on high impact practices. We know students that are involved with a high impact practice, such as study abroad, internships, externships, research, that they're more successful at college. This is something that this year that we provided funding to 21 students. They can apply to up to $500 to go to a study abroad or a research project. The Utah State System for Higher Education is about to vote on a policy where every student in the state of Utah will have a high-impact practice before they have 30 credit hours, and then another high-impact practice before they graduate. Student success also has to do with their physical and mental health. This year, we were very fortunate to create a true health and counseling center on our campus. This is located in the old clothing store, and we hired our first director of health and counseling, Dr. Dylan Matsumori, this year. And we just recently hired our first full-time mental health professional, Jamie Daly. We're really excited about this. The students have already looked at this. We're really excited to be able to offer those services full-time to our students. Next steps for Goal 1, this year we're going to focus a lot on structured enrollment and our reimagining the first-year experience. Last year I shared with you that the American Association of Colleges and Universities provided us a grant. We were one of 40 schools in the nation that received this grant, and we're going to merge those together. We have one focus on our Canvas, where we're going to train the faculty, have a 3-hour training so that we're all on the same medium. And then we're going to focus a lot on the retention of our students. This is one of the top priorities. All over our campus, we have great things happening with retention, and we're bringing in a committee so that we can make decisions more quickly and we can communicate with one another. And that was one of the top complaints of, can we get decisions made quicker? And so I'm chairing that committee, and we'll be making decisions as fast as we can. Our Goal 2 in academic affairs. This has been, as you've probably read in the paper and heard, they've made tremendous progress this year. This year alone, they added 7 new degree programs, which gives us 38 degree programs on our campus. They looked at the workforce. They looked at what we needed to add to decrease workforce shortages. Our faculty came together. It is not easy to propose and successfully defend a program, but they added 7 this year. On top of that, our faculty wanted to define what would be the institutional learning outcomes. What is it that students will learn on our campus? So the faculty came together and they identified 5 institutional learning outcomes, 2 of which are really distinctive to DSU, which is innovation and grit. And we could spend all day talking about grit. We also were very fortunate this year that the state legislature gave us $25 million to contribute to our new Human Performance Center, which we will break ground on October 25th. You'll all be invited. And this will be a facility that will change the face of Dixie State University. To give you a sense of scale, this will be about the same size as the Holland building. We're not stopping there. This year we're proposing a new science, engineering, and technology building. This building is also a $50 million building. It will be between the Eccles Fine Arts Center and the Snow Math and Science building. This will address our huge growth in science, engineering, and technology. The Board of Regents, as we proposed this building, ranked us #1 for need, and the next closest building was about 20 points behind us. And so we're very optimistic about moving this building forward. We also focused a lot on our campus master plan. We know we're growing, we know students want to come here, they get a great education, and we need to plan for 15,000 students. And so we completed that plan. This is our current footprint, and in a few years, our footprint will look like this. If you'd like to cut a check, we'll take them at the door. We also this year moved into the East Elementary School. This was a great acquisition for us. We have turned it into Innovation Plaza. This will be the home of our tie and our dirt program. We've also partnered with the Southern Utah Center for Computer Engineering and Science students. We renovated classrooms. You should stop over there. There are high school students that are getting college credit in the area of computer and technology. We also will be the home of our DIGS program. Last year, I introduced you to Dr. Wayne Provost, who is a patent specialist. Wayne came to us and just said, I want to help students. And as we looked into his background, he has a lot of expertise in patents, and he's been with us for a year. And look what he's done this year. He's helped 119 different individuals with their ideas, from faculty, staff, students, to community members. There's been 1 design patent, 3 copyrights, 3 trademarks, 8 pending patents, and 4 businesses created in 1 year because of his help. You'll see this picture off to the left. This is his invention. This is a wind funnel turbine. It's up on Tech Ridge. You'll see the St. George logo and the DSU logo. The wind, if it's 2 miles per hour, will go through there and create 400 watts of energy. And so we're excited to test this out. And so this has been really what we really mean when we say active learning, active life. He's helping students create patents and businesses. Active learning, active life is very important to us. It's continuing throughout every college that we have. Last year, I shared with you 4 of our colleges' videos for how they implement active learning and active life. I'd now like to share 2 videos with you, one with the College of Science and Technology, followed by the College of Education.
Over the cross-bedded sandstone, there's your needle and thread.
0.52 kilograms of this atmosphere. It's falling off. 176. Sodium carbonate.
And now the College of Education, I believe. My question is, why wouldn't you want to come to DSU? This is an exciting time for us. The next steps in academic affairs, you'd think they'd want to take a breather, but they're not. This year, they'll be proposing our first 3 graduate programs at Dixie State in accountancy, software development, and genetic counseling. They're not going to rest either. They're going to create 5 additional undergraduate degrees in applied and computational mathematics, art production, design, mechanical engineering, and then a Bachelor of Music Performance. And so there's going to be a lot of work, but these are programs that fit our academic plan. We've also made great progress with Dixie Online. We hired Mr. Ryan Hobbs, who has been very important in creating our strategic plan for Dixie Online. This year, he created 4 online master courses and developing online teaching certificates. The next year, he's going to focus on 16 either creating or renovating online courses, as well as a pilot teaching program and a micro-credentialing program. Goal 3 is how we invest in our faculty. We've learned that any organization is only as good as its people. And so this goal is really focused on putting value on our staff and our faculty, making sure it's a great work environment, that they're supported to be able to do their jobs to the fullest. Part of that is through equity. This last year, we've made tremendous progress in improving the equity adjustments. We moved faculty from 100% to 101% of market median, the staff from 93 to 97, which changed how many positions we have below 90% of market median from 18 to 13%. As we've evolved as a university, we know that there's job descriptions that have exploded, and so we revamped 300 different types of job descriptions to make sure that our faculty and staff are getting the credit for those jobs. Our human resources department has worked very hard too to make sure that we have great benefits. Last year they sent out an RFP, and we enhanced our new benefits, but it also cost our employees less money, and what I really like, it cost the institution a lot less money. We also focused on those that are coming to Dixie State. We're hiring a lot of new people every year, and so we want to make sure that that first touch is a positive experience because we want to recruit the very best and feel like we are recruiting the very best. We revamped the policies, the procedures, the hiring forms, and the survey. We focused a lot on professional development this year. This year we devoted $15,000 for professional development for staff, and we also committed $515,000 in tuition waivers for those that want to improve their education. Our faculty have, for a long time, have had a pool, and this year we awarded $117,000 to 84 different faculty members to improve their professional development. Our staff association, and I'm somewhat biased, is the greatest staff association in the state of Utah and the region, but they created a professional development day, and they recruit people to come and talk about certain topics. And every year our staff and our faculty participate, and it's just an excellent time to become better and improve our university. Next steps, we're going to automate our onboarding process. We're going to continue to really focus on funding professional development. And then we just recently completed a survey with great colleges to work for. We're going to look at those data and see how we can improve. So goal 4. Goal 4 is focusing on diversity and inclusion. This has been led by Dean Brenda Saby and Duajo Hicks, and we've made great progress this year with diversity and inclusion. First has been in recruitment. We have a lot of Hispanic students at our campus, and this year we took the View book and translated it into Spanish. We're also working on a project now of translating the same book into Portuguese. We had some key hires with diversity. Duajo Hicks, who is our general counsel. He is the most adverted person on campus because he's general counsel. Nobody wants to talk to him, but he is a great chief diversity officer, and he has brought a lot of leadership there. Danica Soberville, who's been here for many, many years, is now the new Multicultural and Inclusion Center director. She also serves as the assistant dean of students for inclusion, and they both have done a wonderful job of creating opportunities for our multicultural students. One of our goals is to have 15 multicultural events on our campus. This year we had 20 diverse events on our campus, where not only all of us were invited, but our community members were invited to these events, and it really made us appreciate different cultures, and it brought us together as a campus. And we'll continue to have the goal of at least 15 different events on our campus. We went through a lot of workshops and training. 100% of our employees have completed the Safe Colleges training, Title IX training. We also have a diversity advocate training that each of those individuals are on at least one search committee, and we conducted Safe Zone training on our campus. Other workshops has helped us prevent microaggressions. We also wanted to know better how to assess, address, and utilize diversity on our campus, and also help our staff and our faculty understand how to engage multicultural students. We've done a great job at focusing on diversity when we're recruiting new faculty and staff. We focused a lot on minority-focused advertising. Again, we had the train advocates, and we've worked on our policies to make sure that we can have a faculty and a staff that's representative of our students that are here on our campus. We've reached a lot of our goals this year. We had a goal in 2020 of 31% to have women hired into leadership roles. We're at 35%. We started at 25%. Our minorities administration, our goal was 7%. We're at 12%, and we focused a lot on that. And our third and final goal in this area, our goal was 10%. We're at 13% of having minorities in faculty and staff. We are really excited about that. We're going to have to reevaluate to see if we set higher goals, but I know Brooks DeBison's really excited about the progress we've made. Last but certainly not least, we've made tremendous progress in our new International Student Affairs Office with the hire of Dr. Catherine O'Dara. She has really done a great job of organizing it. We renovated a nice space in the Student Activity Center. We're really thrilled about where our International Student Services is heading. So what's up next? This year we're going to look at climate surveys. We want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our entire campus. We're going to have our Diversity and Inclusivity Council look at those needs and propose different strategies to make sure that when any individual steps foot on our campus, they feel welcome. We'll also focus on retention for underrepresented students. What is it that we can provide them to help them be successful? Goal 5 is community engagement. We've been thrilled about how many people want to come to our campus. If you were here this summer, the 4th of July event or the 24th of July event or the Kite Festival or DocuTie International, it's wonderful to have them on our campus, to have the community come and be involved. A lot of this effort has been under the direction of Dr. Nancy Houck, who's our Associate Provost of Community and Global Engagement. She has led Goal 5, and we've made tremendous progress because of her leadership. Her team has created a civic action plan. We've also hired Dr. Kelly Bringhurst to help with the community engaged learning, and we now have a committee across campus that represents all areas to help us understand what is it that we can do for community engagement. This year we created an Institute of Politics. Mr. Henry Walton was behind the design of that. We also had a number of events this year where the community get involved, from getting people out to vote. And a lot of that came from our new volunteer specialist, Karen Wright. If you have not met her, she'll want to meet you and she'll recruit you to volunteer on our campus. We were also very honored to see that Dylan McKinney, he is on the upper right-hand corner, is a student of ours. For DSUSA, he is the global or the community engagement expert, and he won not only the State Campus Compact Award, but he also won the Western United States Award for community engagement. We've seen great progress in our goals. We wanted to have 200 mentors come from the community and mentor our students. We've exceeded that. We also wanted to have 150,000 hours of community service, and you'll see that we are well over 200,000 hours giving back to our wonderful community. Our community is all the surrounding areas. We focused a lot this year on the Hurricane Center under the direction of Dr. Houck and Chris Gifford, who's the director out there. We renovated the Hurricane Center, and right now we had 100 students this time last year. We have close to 350 this year. We're expecting 600 students to be served out of that center next year, so a lot of progress being made there. We also absolutely love the ICL, which is the Institute for Continued Learning. This brings so many community members on our campus, and they are the first to volunteer and to mentor our students, and we've appreciated them. We've made a lot of work on our Carnegie classification. We want to be a community-engaged, classified university. With that, there's a lot of coordinating structures. We have to have a tracking system. We have to have a co-curricular transcript. We have to have our faculty and staff have to have it in their tenure documents, and we have to tag classes that are community-engaged type learning. They also worked a lot on getting the good word out about what we are doing at Dixie State. They created campus updates. They created university news on the website. If you ever want to know what's happening at Dixie State, you can get on our website and see the news there. We created Trailblazer Times and a Blazer Bulletin, and we created a number of documents that we send out all over the city to promote what we're doing at Dixie State. So the next steps with Goal 5, we're creating the Trailblazer Engagement Center. We're going to build on our volunteerism. We want to make sure that Dixie Serve is a hub for that, and we want to make sure that when we look at our annual reporting that not only are we counting hours, but we're looking at the quality of hours that we're giving to our university. So last but certainly not least is Goal 6. establishing a strong brand. So the first step was to establish a new mascot and identity, and if you remember, they gave that to me because nobody else wanted to get fired on this campus. But this has been a home run for us, and the community members, and I have some friends here that will share with you exactly how they feel. They're a little more excited than I am. Part of this goal is to really look at our athletics programs to improve the visibility and the image. Our athletic programs have always been a part of this community, and so we wanted that part of our goal. Our student athletes represent us very, very well, and part of that is because we have great coaches, we have a great athletic administration, we have great volunteers, and our students are not only great in the classroom and great on the court, but they get out in the community. They've won multiple awards for the Pac West, as well as the NC2A for getting involved in their community. I watch them a lot in Walmart and Target. They always behave themselves. They're always kind, and that's the type of student athletes we have on this campus. So I encourage you to get out to as many games as possible because they really focus a lot on our community. There's several updates. Our baseball team this year, they fundraised a new locker room all by themselves. They created an environment that's conducive of a collegiate athletic environment. We saw multiple renovations to the Habibian Strength and Conditioning Center. We're focused on their safety, making sure that they're strong and healthy, and there's a lot of different new machines that we put in there, and it just happened that the brand would be Legend, so that's convenient for Legend Solar Stadium. We were also very grateful for our local and our state legislators. This year, we received $500,000 in ongoing budget from the legislature for support of academics and athletics. And this was a great boost for all the things that's happening in our athletic department. Our strategy 3 is a focus of ours where we really want to forge alliances with our community. This last year, 2 examples. We had our students come into the Gardner Center, and they made over 100,000 meals for Switch Point. We also had over 100 students that came into Service Projects, which is our campus to our community service project. We also are thrilled about the first phase of Legend Solar Stadium that was completed. The track and the field look beautiful. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a football game at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. We'll have you come look at that. We know the community is in mourning because they cannot run the stairs. That is by 100 letters that I receive on a daily basis. But we are in phase 2, and we're actively in phase 2. Our stadium will reopen in about February, but we're controlling it because phase 2, 5,000 seats are going to be on the other side, and we're excited about that. And we're actively starting to fundraise for phase 3, which you can see in the bottom right-hand corner. Our community connections have been very important to us. Having our code camps and our DocuTalk and our concert series and Girls Go Digital and having guest speakers and different events on our campus like Kite Festival is very important to us. We also are proud of all the community connection we have for internships. You'll see how many students are interacting with these great businesses, and we're very appreciative that they'll be able to go out and have these real-life, active learning, active life experiences. Our strategy 4 is to really develop aggressive communication and marketing strategy. So this year, our UMAC, they created a branding guide. The branding guide wanted to look at a number of different areas, from traditional to digital to facilities to print media and public relations. Right now, you'll start to see on social media, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll start seeing some of these digital marketing campaigns. And I'd like to share with you one that's created for our football team, but we'll have for every team, every major academic area in the next few months. So you'll see those come out in social media. This is also our community marketing. This is our Trailblazer Art in the City project. We now have about 4 more bison in our city than Logan has Aggies, which I'm very excited about. I count them every time I go there. So we have 9 more that we are selling to businesses. And we just sold one to Chick-fil-A, and if I'm a betting man, I'm sure it's going to be painted like a cow and might say something like "eat chicken," which is nice for a bison to say. This project has been very important to us because all those funds are going back in to our community and our town and gown. The signs that you see on the boulevard and different businesses, we take those funds to brand our city. We want to make sure that when a stranger pulls off the freeway into St. George, that they know they now have entered Trailblazer Nation, and there's no question about what university lives in St. George, Utah. You've probably noticed we're more active on social media. We hired Kayla Coolbear, who used to be a student of ours. She has been the engineer behind all of our social media, which has been a huge success. We've also worked a lot on event marketing. We've had a lot of different events on our campus, and you'll see by these pictures they have been well attended, and that's because we really focus a lot on marketing these events. We focused a lot this year on facility branding. A small committee came together of community members, and we wanted to look at the Burns Arena. They wanted to change the concourse. They came up with this design, and they helped us create all these new, neat hallways within the Burns Arena. We didn't stop there. If you've been to the Gardner Center lately, the outside is branded. They also branded the Trailblazer Cafe. They branded the new campus store. They branded every part of that, so when a student comes to Dixie State University, they know exactly where they are and what institution they are attending. A lot of this branding and a lot of the marketing and a lot of our new identity is really due to a wonderful university marketing and communications staff led by Dr. Jordan Sharp. You'll see these are all the awards that they won this year. One that's more notable is the Silver Anvil of Excellence Award, and they're nominated to go up against people like NASA and Carnival and other things. The overall award that was given went to NASA. And I really can't understand why NASA, they only have a $300 trillion budget, and they put a guy in space for a year and marketed that. How can that beat the Trailblazer? But we'll lose to NASA. But they have done an excellent job. What you see in the streets, what you see in the branding, they have done a great job of marketing who we are as Trailblazers academically and athletically. I get a question all the time of, why are they so good? And I think the answer is that they really love their jobs. I made the mistake this summer to go to Las Vegas with Dr. Sharp, who's our chief marketing officer, to a PR convention and how to better promote your president. Well, I ended up having to jump into a pool in a full suit and do some video and acting, and I'm not the acting type. But I want to share with you an outtake of one of the videos that we made and why Dr. Sharp really enjoys his job. Now, let me give you some background. After I jumped in the pool, he said I wasn't wet enough. How can you not be wet enough after jumping in a pool? So as we're doing the next take in the Holland, he found a hose.
Okay, ready. Okay, turn around, please. Okay, you're ready. Go for it. Oh, I just may have ruined that shot.
You'll hear that he just said in there, I think I just ruined that shot. He made me do it again. We have a lot of fun here. If you want to become a president, just stay teaching in the faculty. It's not worth it. So goal 6, what are the things that are in store this year? We want to focus a lot on the wellness and academic support initiatives. We're going to focus a lot on funding for our facility improvements, such as our dining center. We're going to look at annual giving programs. We're going to produce new digital marketing campaigns, as you saw with the football clip. And we're really going to focus trying to get the information out to all of you. And as you can see, we've got a lot of things that are going on at Dixie State University. We have great people here. That's what makes this campus such a special place. We have a lot of momentum right now. We have a lot of people that are all in and making this a place where our students can come, they can study, they can be successful, and they can be ready for the real world. But with me presenting this to you, we need your help. We need to be able to get the good word out about Dixie State University. So today, as you leave, we're going to provide you a small packet. And in that packet, you'll have 3 types of brochures. There'll be one that's our view book that we give to all our students when we recruit them, that tells all the great things about Dixie State. What is it that they're going to get when they come to this great institution? You'll have another, which is our report. So everything that I've shared with you today is in that report, and you'll be able to review that, and you'll be able to tell your friends about all the great things that are happening on our campus. Then our branding guide, which tells what we really are represented and what we are trying to do on this great campus. And then we have a little tag in there that tells you all the social media where you can share the good word. And we also have a car sticker. And we want you to put that on your car. Go out and clean your windshield with your sleeve and put it right on. If you have one, put it on the car next to you. Especially if they have SUU plates. No, just kidding. You knew I couldn't resist. But there's a lot of great things. Please share the good word. If you need more information about all the great things that are happening on this campus, please come ask us. We need to share the great word. We are the fastest growing university. We're a university that changes the lives of our students. We're blazing new trails, and we'd like you to follow that path with us. So thank you for being here today. We'll have lunch for you up there. We'd love to answer any questions you have. Go Trailblazers.